According to the World Bank, interest rate increases by central banks all over the world could lead to a global recession in 2023. To combat rising prices, central banks have increased rates with a frequency of synchrony not witnessed over the preceding 5 decades. The report said, raising interest rates makes borrowing more expensive, slowing the rate of price increases, but it also raises the cost of borrowing, which can impede economic expansion. The U.S. Federal Reserve and the Bank of England are both expected to raise major interest rates in the coming years, thus the World Bank's warning comes before their meetings. Today's video topic is the 2023 recession is here, and to prepare for the coming recession. Make sure you stick till the end, because we are announcing a big money giveaway. Before we continue to our video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to never miss any of our future uploads. Now let's get started. Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the ongoing effects of the pandemic are having a negative and uncertain impact on the world economy. A significant number of the downside risks mentioned in April World Economic Outlook have started to manifest. Higher than expected inflation, especially in the United States and key European nations, is causing a tightening of global financial conditions. China's slowdown has been worse than predicted amid COVID-19 outbreaks and lockdowns, and there have been significant negative spillovers from the war in Ukraine. As a result, worldwide output dropped in the second quarter of this year. It's possible to prevent a recession, but it's extremely improbable. The only policy measures that could prevent recession would make inflation worse, which would eventually lead to an even worse downturn. Thankfully, Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, and the majority of his colleagues have determined that achieving low inflation should be their top goal. History demonstrates that the employment costs of bringing down inflation are likely to increase with delay, as high inflation becomes more entrenched in pay and price setting, Powell said in his Jackson Hole speech. According to numerous Fed insiders, the harm from incorrectly finishing the anti-inflation activities too soon would be significantly worse than the harm from incorrectly ending them in the opposite direction. Therefore, the Fed will maintain tight monetary conditions in uncertain situations. Assuming that the Fed keeps tightening, when will the recession hit the United States economy? Data from the third quarter of 2022 show no signs of a recession, with real GDP growing by 2.6%. Annualized rate of change. As new information becomes available, that preliminary estimate is subject to change. Real economic changes typically trail monetary policy changes by about a year. This oversimplifies a distributed lag, which is early tiny effects, rising impacts, and later tapering effects. The severity and timing of the consequences vary from one incident to the next, which is even worse for forecast. The current monetary tightening could have a time lag that is either less or longer than normal historically. The fact that the Fed announced its intention to tighten well in advance of its actual measures is one of the justifications favoring a shorter time lag, which would result in an earlier recession. The Fed did not make its policy adjustments public before 2004. Major financial institutions hired Fed monitors to analyze the data supporting policy moves. As a result, private responses in the majority of historical periods occurred after the Fed modified its policies. But this time, something was different. Long-term interest rates increased after the Fed announced its intention to tighten policy in December 2021, but before the Fed took any action. This suggests that the recession happened soon after the Fed started tightening. Here are 5 steps that financial experts recommend to prepare for a recession. Number 5. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt. In order to improve your finances, you must address your debt. Marguerite Cheng, a certified financial planner and the founder and CEO of Blue Ocean Global Wealth in Gaithersburg, Maryland, advises, the first thing I would suggest clients to do is to pay off variable rate debt, like credit card debt. If it takes some time, make sure to examine the interest rate your lender is charging you. You should also have a plan in place for paying off your debt. Starting that process right away will enable you to accumulate your cash reserves, freeing you up to do other things like participate in the stock market, according to Cheng. Despite the fact that students have been granted an additional extension to make payments on their student loans through the year 2023, the future of President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program is still unknown. Number 4. Get creative about saving. Consider alternative strategies to increase your savings. For instance, Cheng adds that comparing your insurance options to ensure that you have the best option for your unique situation could save you several $100s a year. Think about additional opportunities to increase your income, such as requesting a raise or starting a side business. In order to avoid being caught off guard in the event of a recession, it is a good idea to review your complete financial situation right now. These things don't endure forever. So being ready is crucial, according to Gilliland. Just be proactive, concludes Cheng. Number 3. Update your resume. The tech and media sectors are already beginning to see layoffs and cost-cutting measures, which might be detrimental to other businesses. During recessions, there's an increase in unemployment, so you may not be able to avoid being laid off. But you can be ready. Make sure your resume is current and well-written. Gilliland counsels, make sure you have that plan B for employment if your work isn't secure. Take advantage of professional development possibilities offered by your job, continuing education, or certification programs, advises Chang. If you have some additional income, upgrade your talents and make yourself more valuable to your employer. Number 2. Focus on budgeting and building an emergency fund. It's crucial to have enough money saved up so you can continue to pay your monthly obligations in the event of an unanticipated job loss or other emergency, regardless of how well or poorly the economy is doing, because you can see how much money you spend each month and on what. Your monthly budget is a smart place to start. Robert Gilliland, Managing Director and Senior Wealth Advisor with Houston-based Concentra Wealth Management, counsels, ask yourself, where can I lower monthly outflow? According to him, it's simple to make extra money by foregoing even little bills like streaming service subscriptions, which might be vital for accumulating an emergency fund. Your emergency fund should have enough money in it to last you 3 to 6 months of living expenses. However, Gilliland advises that you should add some extra funds to this account right away to account for the rising cost of living brought on by inflation as well as the possibility of losing your work during a recession. Number 1. If you have savings to invest, be savvy about it. Heading into a recession can be a favorable opportunity to buy equities at lower prices because the stock market normally declines before a recession starts and rises before the economy improves. You can also sell certain failing investments to lower your tax responsibilities, a strategy known as tax loss harvesting. Gilliland suggests that you review your investment plan to make sure that it is appropriate for your current situation. Consider your investing goals instead of blindly plowing money into the stock market, advises Chang. She continues, for instance, you could wish to set up a 529 plan for a child's educational cost. Professional investors' assessments of the likelihood of a recession are expected to keep the market volatile, and it might take some time before stock prices recover from the market's more than 17% year-to-date sell-off. Because of this, it's crucial to invest money that you won't need in the coming years. For longer-term objectives like retirement or college, building wealth might be a particularly enticing option, according to Cheng. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm sure that you guys are curious about the giveaway, so we're giving away £25 to one viewer of our channel. You can be that lucky viewer. To enter the giveaway, all you need is to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and lastly, comment that. I love watching Financial Bites. The winner of the giveaway will be announced on the 6th of January 2023. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.